Emotional eating. Woohoo!
Yep.
I can relate to that.
I'm in denial. Just so you know.
This is Oneness, Wellness, Lifestyles Live. Thank you for joining us. Yes, yes. So we know we early today. We know we early.
Yep.
We early.
Video.
And, oh.
Okay. All right.
Hey, talkers, Facebook.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, y'all.
Peace, love, and light. Aloha.
Yes. So, emotional
This
eating.
is emotional eating. Emotional eating.
And the coping mechanism, as a coping mechanism. You ever wonder why? Can you relate to emotional eating? Can y'all relate? Give us some hearts if you can relate to emotional eating.
You know, like when something gets on your nerves or you're worried about something and you go find that favorite thing you like to eat.
That crunchy favorite thing you
Salty
like.
favorite thing you like.
Sweet thing you like to eat.
Creamy thing you like.
So,
yeah.
You know, here at Oneness Wellness Lifestyles, we know we've been coming to you, talking to you about, you know, the toxins in your skincare and, you know, all the parabens and...
Yes, emotional eating. So let's see.
So, you know, we wanted to be able to let you all know that we are real people.
With real issues.
And we can relate to you all. That's why we can talk to you all about some of this stuff, because of the journey that we're on. And our intent and purpose, one of them, is to empower you so you don't have to go through some of the same stuff that we've been through relative to making the changes and shifting.
Right.
Because it doesn't have to take you as long as it has taken us. You know, you can achieve it and you have support, because we have tools that can support you in being able to accomplish your goal at a much faster rate.
It doesn't have to be a struggle.
Right.
That's all we're saying, right? It doesn't have to be a struggle.
Yeah.
You can make it a struggle. You're at choice. You can do that if you want. You know, sometimes.
And that works for some of y'all. Y'all like the struggle.
Yeah, and because you don't know what else to talk about.
And you committed. You invested in your struggle.
Yeah, so you don't.
You
have
wear it
to.
as a badge of honor.
Yeah, so you don't have to if you don't want to.
Right.
But you have to not want to, right? In other words, you get to be. You don't have to do nothing.
Right.
You get to be willing. Yeah,
right.
you get to be willing to shift, to change, to pivot.
Yeah.
Right. To transform, to transcend. Okay. To overcome. Right. You get to do all that.
Yeah.
If you choose. All right. So
share this live out on TikTok, Facebook. Yeah, Instagram, wherever
you see this.
Share it.
Even if you're on a replay, right? If you're watching this from a replay, just share it out.
Yeah.
Share it out. Yay.
Because we're going to support you in being able to address the root cause of the behavior, okay? Mm-hmm. And developing healthier coping strategies to help balance and nourish the relationship with food that you've always wanted. I love to eat.
The less I eat, the better I feel. I noticed that, but I do eat emotionally, right? If I get because you know when I had eczema, right? That's not even a real sentence. So, but you know what I mean. So when I had eczema, I had to figure out what the triggers were that caused my outbreak. So it caused me to pay attention to what I was eating. And as a result of that, I got to witness why I'm eating it. Mm-hmm. And so this whole attachment to certain foods, right? Addictions, attachments to certain foods became obvious to me. And it's part of one of the things that
Rashid.
gives me insight
I'm messing up our cameraman's view. Sorry, pardon me.
Gave me insights to be able to not only help myself, but help others to understand because of going through that emotional thing.
He likes things a certain way, so let me just submit and I'll wait. Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Y'all distracting the conversation.
Okay. My mistake. My mistake.
So yes, I was able to figure out why I was eating the things I was eating, what was happening in my body as a result of the things I was eating, and then why was I eating those things, right? Who was I mad at? What was I stressed out about? What was I worried about? What was I trying to ascertain, trying to get, right, by eating a certain way? What was I trying to feel like? Right? What was I trying to feel like?
What was the numbing? What were you trying to what was I trying to numb, not feel?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. For me, what I was trying to not feel.
Yeah, so I had to just like move my eyes over here and look into that a little bit. It's like, okay, well, I didn't think about it like that, right? Because you didn't think about it like that, right? Right. So, and that's what the conversations are all about,
right? To
get us to think in ways that we haven't thought before,
right?
Right. So we can get to the answers, to the solutions, to the results, to the healing. All right, because you have the ability to heal yourself. We're facilitators. We're here to help.
Right.
Okay, you're not alone.
And so us having this conversation with you, you get a chance to see what it looks like for us, and then you can, for one, know that you are not alone. We are here with you. All right. And so then,
though you far away,
we are. Yeah, we're here to stay. Right. Yeah. So, and then you're able to recognize the self-sabotaging aspects that you put in place and that come up when you have these certain experiences.
So when I first started speaking, I would self-sabotage. I know that my body, if I put something in my body, 3 days later is when the effect really shows up, right? And if I had a speaking event, I would be nervous and I would go eat the very things that I knew would make me cough, would make me have an excuse not to fulfill the obligation.
Without having to say, I don't want to do this, or I'm nervous, or I'm scared.
Exactly.
Right.
And so everybody can hear me cough. My voice, voice is not, this is not a good time and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And it was really the fear, right? Stage fright. So if I were going to link that, right, to some emotional eating, that's what it was. And even now I get to make sure that when I have a speaking engagement, that my dietary is geared toward making my voice stronger as opposed to making it weaker.
Right.
Okay. So that's one real example from my own life. Okay. So how does that feel for you?
Right.
Right. Try that one on.
Right. Right. Yeah. Wow. So what I know of emotional eating for myself, the first conscious thought that I have, or remembrance of emotional eating, was so I was a hairstylist I've been a hairstylist for like 27 years. I'm not actively in a salon right now. However, when I first started out, master barber stylist, doing my thing, loving it, and work 16-hour days, and I would treat myself and take myself out to eat. That's how I would celebrate. Okay, I didn't have a boyfriend or anything at that time, so I would take myself out to eat, and that's how I would enjoy the food. That began the emotional connection to eating, because it was a way of me. It was a way for me to please myself. Was to take myself out. I would go to Red Lobster. I would have this when I was eating shrimp. I would have the shrimp. I had me a virgin daiquiri because I never really drank. Had me a virgin daiquiri. Had those butter biscuits, and I just ate the crust. I didn't eat the whole thing. I just ate the top off. And I would sit there, and I would be in heaven. You talking about heaven? OMG! I was enjoying myself, and so that began the pattern, the habit of using food as a soothing mechanism to comfort me. I was the only child, right? And so that just came up as a connection as to this soothing part, because my mom, she worked all the time. And so I was what they called a latchkey child. And so I had to come home, lock the door, do my homework, do my chores, and she would call and check in on me. So that just made the connection, of this self-soothing. All right, because my mom was with the food. Yeah, my mom was loving that. Don't get me wrong. However, again, because I was by myself more than with anyone else, again, it was as I got older, it was easier for me to turn to food versus, other ways that people self-soothe. We won't talk about that today. Okay.
Right. And so some of that can be going shopping.
Going shopping.
Right.
That was one. I love shoes.
Shopping.
Yep, going shopping.
For real,
I
she
love
loves
shoes. Oh my gosh. I would buy the shoes before I would have the outfit. Yes. Going shopping, buying shoes. That was one. Yep.
Yeah. Mine was going shopping, buying perfume.
Oh.
Yeah. I used to live at the perfume counter.
So then
and I
that
had
makes
all
sense.
the beautiful bottles and
that makes sense why you know about these fragrances having over 500 chemicals and stuff in them. That makes sense why that resonates with you so much.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
see, we learn something new about each other every day.
Yep. So I had, because my mom always had these beautiful bottles on her bureau, right? On top of her dresser. And it was like, wow.
My aunt and my mom did
too.
Yep.
So right, I grew up wanting to do the same thing, and that's how we end up using the same stuff that our parents use, right? That's not good for us.
Right.
And as I matured and moved up from Avon to right, you move up from Avon to the drugstore, right? And so some of the things like Taboo was one of them. Windsong.
Yes.
Right.
Elizabeth.
Okay.
What's the Elizabeth Taylor? She had one in
White
the
Diamonds.
White Diamonds.
White
I
Diamonds.
love White Diamonds.
Yes. And Linen by Estee Lauder.
Yep.
Right. So we're not promoting all that stuff. I'm just saying.
Right.
They came in really beautiful bottles. Right. And so as a connoisseur of vessels, okay. I loved it. And then the smell, and then as I continued to mature, as I made more money, then I was at Macy's and Bloomingdale's and Saks, and so now Neiman Marcus, and so now I'm buying an ounce of perfume for $300, right? And the bottles, they're smaller, but they're
more
even more. Yeah, the perfume is more concentrated, and the bottles are even more beautiful. Yeah. They're more crystal, they're more all that stuff. So what am I talking about here? My addiction to the perfumes, right? The bottles and all this is self-soothing. That was one of the things that I used to do to make myself feel better. Okay, now the eating part, me and my mom used to eat 2 pounds of Hershey Kisses when we were watching her favorites, either a Western or a swashbuckler.
A swashbuckler? What is that?
A pirate movie.
Oh. Learn something today. Swashbuckler.
Yes, swashbuckler. There was the swords and the pirates and yeah. So we used to chock out on chocolate, as we were watching this, right? Earl Flynn was the swashbuckler, and he was kind of like the modern day what's that Johnny Depp plays, the Caribbean pirate thing?
Oh, okay, yeah,
right,
yeah.
So,
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah, that.
Yeah.
And so, but this was real, like they were pirates on the seven seas and all this stuff. So anyway, that was one of the things that we used to soothe with each other, and while we eat chocolate, and then my eczema was everywhere, right, from the chocolate. So
me and my mom, when she got off work, because she worked hard, and when she got off work, she would cook, I would help her cook, but the dessert was black walnut ice cream.
Oh my.
Ooh, Mayfield black walnut ice cream.
I didn't know they made black walnut ice cream.
Black walnut ice cream. It was either black walnut ice cream or it was butter pecan.
Butter pecan.
And we would sit because she worked the 7 to 3 shift, and so we would sit and watch, some of the game shows, or even some of the late stories, because we watched stories, All My Children. We were Channel 9, ABC.
As
Story
the world
watches.
turns.
No, that's Channel 12.
Oh, okay.
Or 3, one of them.
I didn't watch.
I think it was
just knew
Channel 12. But yeah, All My Children, General Hospital, we watched the soap operas and would eat our ice cream and would enjoy ourselves.
So we have learned to celebrate everything with food. Right? So I just had a birthday, and that part. I just had a birthday in August. So all of August and almost all of September.
Still current, because it just
this weekend. We just I'm like, I can't stop. Now I want no more cake. Okay? Right?
Even after she made the announcement, no, the birthday party is over. It fell on deaf ears.
Yeah. So I have a husband who celebrates everything for any reason at all, at any time.
Hashtag high maintenance husband.
Hashtag high maintenance husband. Okay. So in lots of ways. Okay. And so his celebratory nature is always, let's go eat this, let's go do this, let's go do that. And so it has been a glorious birthday celebration. The point is, he is so emotionally attached. Yeah, I'm talking about you, beloved. He is so emotionally attached to food, and even though right now I feel the less I eat, the better I feel. It's almost like I'm saving up for these times, right? For when I know we're gonna go out and I can eat.
You always know it's gonna happen.
Yes, and then what do I have to do after that? Cleanse, right?
Yeah.
So immediately after the celebration, I'm on a cleanse, a fast, or something. So the point really is the addiction to eating, to this celebration with food all the time, to make us feel happy. Right. That's the emotional connection.
Right.
It's that, to get that happy feeling, and also to get that feeling of I can do this. What do I mean by that? I can afford to eat at a Beard 5-star restaurant for lunch if I want to, and drop a couple $100 and eat really great food and be around really great company. And so is that emotional attachment? Yeah.
Yes.
It is. Right? So what does that cause to happen in my household? I go shopping every week, right? The market actually comes to us twice a week.
Right.
Right. Everything I
Tuesdays
want,
and Fridays.
I can just come down the elevator and walk outside, and there's, the farmers markets right there.
Right.
So beautiful. We have a beautiful life in Hawaii.
Yeah.
Okay. But what happens is the food goes bad because I'm eating out 4 nights a week. Right, with my high maintenance husband. Right. So is that a wonderful lifestyle? Yes, but it is emotional.
Right.
In the fact that we can do it like that, And then the food choices, even though where we go, we always choose the best and highest that we can get wherever we are, right? And so to that point, there is a olive oil cake at Sept, right? And they have moloko, which is a coconut ice cream. So that is my satisfaction for what used to be the one used, not the black walnut one, the butter pecan, because that was my mom's favorite, butter pecan. I'm a vanilla girl. I like vanilla, and I add more vanilla, just put more vanilla on it. So I love that. And then there is, here in Hawaii, there is the ubi.
Oh God. That's where she's in denial. Okay.
When I said earlier, when I said I was in denial.
She's in denial because this emotional eating controls, okay, and you find yourself trapped in the cycle, and she's trapped. She is definitely trapped in the cycle, okay. Although that because of the lifestyle, she has the tools, and we have the tools to know how to detox. Cleanse, flush, restore, right? From the inside out and from the outside in, right? We know that. So, again, life is balanced. You're always going to have, these highs and these extreme lows and then these marvelous highs again. And what you're able to recognize is that, for one, you're always at choice, and that you have tools that can support you to come back to homeostasis. And more importantly is being able to be honest with yourself about when you do this type of stuff, and atone with yourself.
Yeah. And be willing to accept the consequences.
And be willing to accept the consequences, exactly.
Because there are consequences.
Yes.
Right? When I eat starch, when I eat carbs, my vision gets blurred. Normally, I don't have to wear glasses. But if I have to get my glasses, I have to go find my glasses when I eat too much carbs, right?
Yeah.
So you have to, when you understand what is happening, then you can do what Felicia's saying, right? We just know what the step is. What do you do to get rid of it?
Right.
How do you get it out of you?
And then in being in real time awakening, as I was speaking about, looking at why you do what you do, what was the triggers, especially when you're dealing with stress and, you have a whole lot going on, whether it's good stress or bad stress. Nevertheless, it's stress. And it throws the body off, right? And so then the body has to compensate, the cortisol, the hormones, they have to compensate, right? For the imbalance
in the chemistry.
In the body chemistry, right? In the blood. And so when you're able to now recognize that there's an imbalance and you're stressed, you acknowledge it, right? You go into gratitude for it, because the stress has a message in it, has information in it. So for me, when I recognize, like, I've been dealing with some stress myself, just with finances relative to all the things that I'm letting go of that no longer serves me, and now embracing this divine receivership on another whole level, okay? And being able to let go of having to control and manipulate everything.
Right.
Okay? And when I say manipulate everything, meaning that, I have to put my hands to it to make sure it happens. Gotta make it happen. So I am choosing to follow the guidance from God the Most High, universal source of all that is, the absolute almighty everything, and at the same time be able to, in that following that guidance, know when to be still and then know when to move. And especially when it's something that I'm being told to do that I don't quite know or am comfortable doing.
Uncertainties.
The uncertainties, right? And then having to wrestle with, is it is that really God talking to me, or is that ego?
You got to know the difference.
You got to know the difference.
You must be able to make the distinction.
Okay? So that can be stressful. That can be stressful. So being able to look deeper, you know, in this real-time awakening, being able to go deeper to the reason behind the choices. And so when I just, okay, so to close that out, when I just do what I'm guided to do, already acknowledging that I'm accepting responsibility for the results, right? I tell you, sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. Nevertheless, I got more information now, to whereas when the time comes around again for me to follow the guidance, I have more trust in myself, right? I have more trust in myself.
And you remember the lesson
and
from
I
the
remember
last
the
time.
lesson from the last
Right.
time.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, it's a beautiful thing. However, I know it can seem like a whole lot, but it happens really fast.
Life is a whole lot. Come on now. Come on. Life is a whole lot. We just get to choose what lot we want.
Right.
Okay.
That's
What's
true.
your lot in life? Right? You heard
Right, that's true.
What's
Yeah,
your lot
what's
in
your lot in
What's
life?
your
Right.
lot? Right?
Right.
It's all a lot. So you can
Yeah.
choose to have a lot negative, you can choose to have a lot neutral, and you can choose to have a lot positive. Right?
Yeah.
And
And-
you're gonna choose.
And you're gonna have both of them. It's gonna encompass all of it. In the truth of the matter, when you look at the facts of it, unemotionally, it's gonna include all of it, because that's the law of polarity. You can't have the yin without the yang. So again, it's how you perceive it and interact with it, because you have the facts of the situation, right? And you have how you feel about it.
And then you have, what do you eat because of how you feel about it?
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
That supports you in soothing, being comforted, because you don't want to deal with it, or you're not equipped to deal with it, or don't know how to deal with it, and you want to know, you want something familiar.
Yeah.
You want something
Yeah.
familiar.
So if
And
that's chocolate or ice cream or cake or
corn
pasta or
bread,
steak, whatever it is for
Right.
you, crab legs,
pizza.
yeah,
Yeah.
all of that, whatever that is
Yeah.
for you, that makes
Snickers
you feel
bar.
better. Yeah, I used to hide in the closet to eat chocolate. Right? It was like, what's up with that? Ain't nobody even here. Who am I hiding from?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because I made a declaration that I wasn't eating chocolate anymore, and then when and so when I was in denial, or when I was not keeping my word to myself. Not keeping my word to myself.
It's called lying.
Yeah. Okay. And then hiding, right? So I just go in the closet and eat my Kit Kat or my this is as I was weaning off. Okay, so I was choosing the least amount of chocolate, but it was still driving me.
Yeah.
It was still driving me.
Still the control. It was still
Yeah.
controlling you.
Yeah.
And
So
calling you.
that whatever that emotional state was, that I don't have that anymore. So so I've transcended a few things. One is I keep my word to myself. Okay, I'm honest with myself, right? Stop lying to myself.
Mm-hmm.
I don't eat chocolate anymore unless I choose to. Okay, so I am at choice. And then understanding what the consequences are, I know what the remediation is. I know what the remedy is to get it out of my system so that it does not affect my health and well-being long term.
Right.
Because if you are an emotional eater long term, you end up with dis-ease in your body, obesity, okay, and mental trauma that goes along with that. All right. So our emotional eating is is the topic of this talk.
Right.
And it's really to get you to ask yourself the question, where am I in emotional eating? What foods are, what are my comfort foods?
Yeah.
Right? Is it mashed potatoes and gravy?
Is it popcorn?
Is it mac and cheese?
Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah. So ask yourself, and can you stop? You know whether or not you're addicted to something, whether or not you can stop doing it. Right?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
And as it relates to your health, do you want to be healthy? What's your choice around being healthy? What's your choice around healing?
Yeah. And what does that mean? What does that mean to you? What does it, how do you value it? Is that top priority?
Elemental healing. Hope you are well.
Is that your top priority? So, and this supports you in being in what we call next present moment awareness.
Hey.
In that present moment awareness. So, and so what the thought that just came up for me was this also supports you with releasing judgment of yourself. Because when you say you're going to do something and then you don't do it, or you get weak, then we start beating, let me speak for myself. Then I start beating myself up, about it. And then it seems like that just takes you deeper down the rabbit hole, opposed to just saying, okay, look, all right, damn it, I did it. Okay, you did it.
Right.
Okay, so now what? Now what you want to do is be grateful for the awareness that you can acknowledge that, okay, I did it. I did it. Okay, and now I'm ready. I'm ready, or I choose to accept responsibility for the choices that I make.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, and that'll go a long way. And that will go a long way with everything in your life.
Ooh.
Right? Because how you do one thing is how you do everything, right?
Oh my
So
God.
when you make these seemingly small changes in your life around food, it impacts your whole life.
It does.
And it makes you so much more honest with yourself.
Yes.
And what happens is that honesty radiates in your energy, in your aura. And then other opportunities begin to come to you because you made these small changes, these tweaks in your lifestyle, right? And it opens you up to more of what you want, what you desire, without having an anchor of an emotional issue related to eating.
Yes.
Okay? The disease goes away. You feel better in your body. Your mind is clearer. You can see better. Your eyes, right? All of these things start to get better, and your life starts to improve.
And personally, I have and continue to experience that grace. That grace. To whereas things that you've done that you should pay a price for, and therefore by the grace of God go, what? You get grace and mercy. Oh my goodness. And I mean, I know I've been able to feel the weight lifted off of my shoulders. So these are simple, quote unquote, and I'm using the term loosely, simple things that we're telling you, but they are powerful and they go a long way, and they support you, like she said, in so many other areas of your life, because again, how you do one thing is truly how you do everything. And when you have the courage to begin to look at that sentence and really observe yourself, and just sit back and observe yourself.
How do you be?
Whew.
How do you be? What is your beingness? Okay? That's what this is about. And it will lead you to higher consciousness.
Yep.
Right? So when you're talking to us, we're going to take you all the way there. We're going to step you up into universal consciousness, so that you understand your oneness with all things, right?
Yes.
Your oneness of being, your oneness of being.
Yes.
And you will not poison yourself anymore. You will not overeat. You will always keep your word to yourself. Okay, and you get to change your mind.
Yes,
right?
you do.
It's not rigid.
Right.
Okay, So that's what I meant when I say if I can eat chocolate if I choose to.
Right.
Right. But only when I choose to.
Right.
Okay. And since I understand now why I don't have eczema anymore and the chocolate is no longer a trigger, right? Those are things that I worked through for over years.
Yeah.
Over years. Okay. And what's, gives me the ability to have this conversation with you from my own personal experience. Oneness Wellness Lifestyles is an experience in healing.
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's take a moment and breathe. And as we're doing this, for those of you that are listening live and onto the replay, put in, can you relate to what we're talking about?
Does it make sense?
Does it make sense? Give us some hearts on TikTok, Facebook, put something in the comments.
Give me a like or something.
Yeah, Instagram,
right? Give us some likes.
Share it, LinkedIn.
If this is meaningful. This is meaningful.
Let's get some feedback here.
If there's any resonance.
Can you relate to what we are saying? Does it make sense? And if it doesn't, then say that. Ask your question. State what your perspective. We're here for it.
Yep.
We are here for it.
We're here for it.
Yeah. So, anybody on TikTok? Y'all have a question?
Have we sparked anything in you?
Yay.
Is it congruent? Is it making you think about things differently?
Yeah.
Is it causing you to question maybe some of your behavior?
Yeah.
Right? As
Thank
it
you for the
relates to
hearts.
food. Thank you for the hearts. Thank you for the hearts.
So let me go to Facebook and see if we have any questions, feedback. Because we know this can be a heavy subject.
Yeah.
All right.
And we also realize we have our own unique way of bringing forth the information.
Right.
That's what makes us unique in the space. Okay, we're not trying to conform to a whole lot of stuff. We just getting it done. We're getting it done.
Yes. And as we wrap this up, again, the journey we've taken you on supports you with being able to, again, look at the root cause. What is it connected to? Okay. So, when I eat corn chips, Fritos, oh my God, they're so crunchy. Oh my God, I love them. But they got so much oil in them. Oh my goodness. So when I eat them,
them hydrogenated oils.
Yeah, them hydrogenated oils, right? Definitely have to come and go down all your chlorophyll. And drink double the amount of water you would be drinking, right?
Yes.
To flush it out, What are the reasons why you gravitate towards certain foods? So this supports you, again, with being able to ask yourself the questions and really empower you to be able to self-analyze, self-improvement, which is the basis for community development. Look at your ish. Look at it. And again, as an observer, no judgment. Right. Refrain from judgment. So then when the experience or the feeling comes up, and the feeling is a feedback mechanism. Okay? So it's feedback. It don't necessarily mean that is the truth. Just because you're feeling it, that don't mean that that's what it actually is. The feelings are feedback. So we're not negating what you're feeling. We want you to acknowledge what you feel.
Yes.
And we're empowering you to go deeper and even ask, what is this feeling? What information does this feeling is communicating to me? What is it saying to me?
Introspective wellness.
Yes.
You got to go deep. Introspective wellness.
And this supports you also from being a victim. Okay?
No victims.
So as you contemplate and check in with yourself, look at the areas where you struggle with emotional eating and just begin to journal it. Write it out. This is, put a line, get your sheet of paper, put your line down the middle. This is when you emotionally eat. These are the things that you like doing, and this is when you eat them. What are you feeling? What's happening in your life, right? And then being able to look at it, then take a different sheet of paper, and then you want to write out how you are now choosing to forgive yourself for emotional eating. Write a forgiveness letter to yourself.
Yeah.
And allow yourself to have grace that, yes, you writing this forgiveness letter, and you might emotionally eat later on that same night after you write the letter. Yeah, that's possible.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Rinse and repeat. Forgive yourself. And recognize what's the trigger, what is causing you to, because now that we're talking about it, it's going to be on your mind. It's going to come up. It's going to come up because we're talking about it and you're listening to this. However long you're listening, it's going to come up. And you can do all you can to try to put it in the background, and it's going to continue to surface.
Yes.
Because
am I emotionally eating right now?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Am I emotionally eating right now? That's the question that is in your mind, right? Every time you eat something, the question, am I emotionally eating right now?
Especially another clue, as we wind up with emotional eating, is when you know you're not hungry.
And you're eating anyway. What's that about?
You see somebody eating something and then you want to eat. Yeah. Been there, done that. Yeah. So
present moment awareness.
So using food to numb or to soothe, you want to be able to look at those feelings and acknowledge them, be in gratitude for them, and then ask, okay, well, what information do you have for me, feelings? And then immediately go into forgiveness of yourself, okay?
Yeah.
And so this will support you in addressing the root causes of the behavior, so that way you'll be able to start seeing the patterns. And as you start seeing the patterns, you'll now be able to decide, do you want to change those patterns?
Yep. And you'll put strategies in place for yourself. One of the things that I did was at the grocery store, I don't stand where all the snacks are. I go around to the other side where you bag, right? So I'm not in the line where all the
chocolate is.
The chocolate is. Where the chocolate is, right? Or where the Fritos are.
Right.
Okay? So, but you'll develop your own strategies,
right?
And it may seem silly and simple, but it gets the job done, is the point.
And when you building up your, as the minister says, Ms. Farrakhan say, your testicular fortitude, when you get the balls, right? In other words, you get that courage. Because you've been doing this, right? And now you want to test. You want to test yourself. You go stand in line anyway where the chocolate is. And you look at it, you're like, yeah, I remember you. I remember. But you have no power over me now. I've taken all of that back. And again, that's in present moment awareness. Does that mean something might come up soon as you leave that store and you get triggered? Right. Somebody say something that you thought you done dealt with, and they say something and you get triggered and you like, oh, feeling like a dope fiend. Oh. But I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. You talk yourself down.
It gives you the ability to take control of your life.
In
right?
essence.
To take control of your life.
Yeah,
right.
In essence.
Right now there's a almond joy in my refrigerator that my hashtag high maintenance husband brought in. And it's been in there for almost 2 weeks now. Right? I see it there. I have no desire to eat that. And it used to be one of my favorite things. So,
Snickers was mine. I love Snickers. I love Skittles. I love Starburst. Not anymore, though.
So.
Oh, but her ubi.
So if you don't know what an ubi is, UBE It is an Asian sweet potato that is purple, and it's delicious, delicious. So I eat the ubi sweet potato in a meal. Okay, just like you would have sweet potato, right? Mm-hmm. But they make ubi ice cream, ubi cookies, ubi cupcakes, ubi, right? We went to
ubi pancakes.
Ubi pancake. Oh my gosh.
So the first ubi experience and we can go back and share your self-sabotage story with the ubi at the store.
Oh, so I'm having this ubi fetish right now, right? I'm having this ubi thing. And which I'm choosing to keep. I'm just okay. So I'm choosing to eat ubi. All right. However, not ubi ice cream because it is dairy, and I don't eat dairy. However, we were in the grocery store, and I was having a ubi fit, and I was looking for the potato. And the manager of the store came and he says, "Can I help you?" Because he saw me just looking at the potato. He came out and said, "I'm looking for ubi." Well, so he showed me another potato that's white on the outside, but it's purple on the inside. But it's not ubi. And then he said, "We have ubi ice cream."
What? Did you say that for?
I was on overload at that point, right? Because I was already on the ubi thing, right? But it took me from the produce section to the frozen fruit ice cream section, and I bought a half a gallon of ubi ice cream.
But before that, we were looking to see.
I read the label.
We
read the label.
We were looking to see if they had like a vegan type, because I wanted some too, right?
Yeah. And
so we saw the ubi, and she read the label.
She
read it out loud and said what it said. I was like, "No, I'm good. No, thank you."
I was like, "I'm getting it. I'm getting it." I took that home. I had one teacup full, not a mug, a teacup of ubi ice cream, and I could not even hardly talk the next day. And for a week, I was what people would say under the weather. It seemed like I had a cold. I was in full blown poison mode, okay? And the rest of that ubi went down the sink. I just ran hot water in it, and I just opened up the half a gallon and ran hot water in it, because I'm not doing that anymore, okay? So it's like we said, the lessons that you learn from the experiences that you give yourself keep you from doing the same thing over again. Mm-hmm. But ubi is so delicious and nutritious when you eat it from the way that Mother Nature intended, okay, as a potato. And since that time, I've had ubi cookies. And so down to earth here, it's kind of like y'all's Earth Fair or something like that. But anyway, down to earth here in Hawaii, they have wonderful vegan ubi cookies that I can eat. And I do. And I enjoy them.
Yes. So what I found for myself with the emotional eating, like I said, with dealing with letting go of these ways of being, of how I have developed this relationship with money, the relationship currency with money, and just the ways in being around that, and just to really make it happen, make it happen mentality, and being able to recognize how that has served me, and now what's required for my up-leveling, right? With where Allah God is taking me, where I'm being guided to go, and how I'm now being directed to serve at much higher levels. And so being able to recognize the the letting go and letting go, being able to let go of the control and not having to control everything.
I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I only live for God. Back over to you. Release.
Release, yes.
Let go.
So, those habits and ways of being that no longer serve me are, they etched in deep, real deep. And so being aware and choosing to let go, practicing what I've been sharing with you, I do it, the stuff works, okay? It works. And so it's really been a joy to see the immediate results as a result of choosing to let go and just surrendering, not just surrendering, really surrendering. And I really had a challenge with that surrender thing, because I was like, well, am I giving up? And it was like, no, you're not giving up. No. And I knew I wasn't giving up. And then in truth, I had to be okay, well, what if I am giving up? What's so bad about giving up? And being able to ask myself from that perspective really empowered me to allow myself in that moment to consider, quote unquote, giving up. Yeah, I'm giving up, no longer having to function at the level that I've been functioning at that no longer serves me. So yeah, I'm giving it up. Yeah, I am. And that's what I gave up.
Yep.
So
you get to give up
Yep.
all the things that no longer serve you, all the emotional eating. Mm-hmm. You get to give up emotional eating. You can choose things that you like me and my ubi. And also you get to not eat the things that are causing you problems in your life. Mm-hmm. All right. And then especially when you can make that connection, it will heal the emotional trauma, and it will help to heal your physical, right? So emotional and physical. And it's a spiritual release that happens, right? Because when you decide and you make that decision and you let go, now you have stepped up your consciousness.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So.
And you have much more room to receive and intuit information that's been waiting at the periphery for you to be ready and for you to trust yourself to receive the information.
Life-changing.
The people and places and things and circumstances and situations and opportunities that are waiting for you to be able to now receive, they start happening. Because as soon as I decided that I was letting go, with the money thing, and I did this particular exercise that just took it to another whole level, with helping me to even see clearer some of the things that were in the blind spot, right? I got a call the next day from somebody that wanted to do some business with me, and my decree is that I have more than enough, and it comes to me in unexpected ways. And that show was an unexpected way, because we had this conversation 2 years ago, and then he called me, and I was like, oh, okay. So that increased my self-esteem and my capacity. Why are you looking at me like that?
Because Felicia is such the consummate healer, and everything ends in healthy finances, right? We're here talking about emotional food eating, and she over here talking about money now. So,
because how you will do one thing is how you do everything, and it's all
I know,
connected.
but I get that part, but that's not what this live is about. So
I just had to give an example.
It works in all places. It's okay.
Yes,
it's okay.
it
We
is.
just know who we are, right?
Yes.
And I want to, because she would do this to me. Okay, be very clear.
Right.
Okay, she would do this to me if I was like off track on another subject. She would reel me back in and do something similar to what I'm doing right now.
It's true.
Okay.
True.
Yes.
True.
Yes. That's
True,
why we
true,
good
true.
together.
Right. Exactly.
So, emotional. I'm complete.
Yeah, I'm complete too. So I just wanted to help you to see how it affects the money too.
Yes.
You know, and
It will.
Yeah, it really does. And you know, because I know that may be an issue for some of y'all can relate to me. Maybe not. I might just be the only one. It's okay.
She's not the only one. You're not the only. Come on.
So the whole point is this emotional eating.
Yeah.
Will definitely, should you choose to embrace it, look at it, be aware, right? Be in present time with it, have some contemplation on it, and follow those steps that we outlined. You are taking your life back. You're not letting things outside of you control you. So that's what we want to say.
Okay.
I am complete.
We are complete. We are complete. Thank you for watching.
Yes, thank
you
you for
appreciate
watching.
you. We appreciate you.
Any questions or comments, please leave them.
Drop them in the comments section.
Drop them in the comments. Follow us, like our pages.
Yes,
share
all the
this.
usual things.
I know we went long today, normal. But we'll break it up, but take the parts out that you want to share with others and tell them to look at this, go to this minute and look at that.
Yeah.
This is the part
and
I
it's
want
going
you
to come out, and it's going to come out in snippets too. We're going to, because we know some of y'all now, you're not going to sit. How long we been on? An hour or something? I don't know.
Yeah,
you're not going to sit through this whole thing.
Yeah.
Right. So so we're going to break it up, and you'll see it in segments. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And those are easy to share. All right. Thank you, Miss Margaret, for watching Elemental Healing. We appreciate you.
And all our TikTokers, thank you.
And all our TikTokers.
Thank you.
We'll say aloha.
Appreciate you. Aloha. Thank you, Baker. Who's this? Like the live. Baker, like the live. Thank you, Baker.
Hello.
Thank you. Thank you for everybody who liked and shared and gave some hearts. We appreciate you.